Today's video is all about relieving stress and tightness across the neck and shoulders. We're going to be working with the connection between the neck, the side of the neck, the shoulder, and down the arm into the hands. This practice can be done standing, sitting, anywhere that's convenient for you. You don't need any special tools or props for this, just your body. So to begin, let's just drop the hands by the sides and give a moment to take a breath. If you're sitting, you can always just rest your hands in your lap and try to relax your arms, the fingers, the wrists, elbows, all the way up into the shoulders. When you breathe in again, lift the shoulders up by the ears, and then on the exhale, drop them back down. Let's do this a few times. On the inhale, a lifting, the whole chest really lifts. And then an exhale and the shoulders drop. Let's go once more. Not so much using the neck, but lifting and lengthening the side body to raise the shoulders up by the ears. And dropping them out and down. A fun game. Some people like to say it's kind of a weird party trick. Try this with me. You turn your head to the right and just go to the distance where you first feel tension or tightness or limitation, and notice how far your gaze is, what you might be seeing in that perspective, and where you might feel tightness around your neck or jaw or shoulders. Bring your head to center. And then you're going to take hold of your right ear. I'm going to just step in and turn sideways so you can see. So you're going to massage around your ear, just grabbing your ear. You can pull on your ear and move your ear. And what we're doing as we massage and move the ear is we're sort of tugging on the connective tissue chain that wraps like a hood around the whole head, down the neck, down the arms. It's really a bodysuit around the whole body. So we're spending a good bit of time just pulling, massaging. I like to kind of circle the ear. It's not going to come off, don't worry. And then after you feel like you've had a good long bit of time to do that, drop your hand again, go the same direction, rotate the head, and see how far you go. Isn't that crazy? Just that little exercise starts to free up the neck and shoulders. So obviously we're going to do this on the other side. We'll compare first. Don't rub the ear. Just look over the left shoulder. Notice any tightness or tension in your neck and how far around you can wrap your gaze. Then bring head back to center and start to massage and pull on your left ear. So you can literally like pinch your ear and rub it. You want to get all around the ear, the top, the back, the inside. You can take hold of your ear and give it a tug. You can even kind of pull and like wiggle it, like drag it up and down or make like a circle with it. This forms the connection between the neck, the ear, the jaw, the head, the shoulders. So when that side feels like it's done, we'll do the same weird party trick, the good before and after check. Just look over left shoulder. Hopefully you notice there's a lot more range of motion and less stiffness. Come on back to center, and we're going to turn our palms forward with the thumbs pointing back. As we do this, we're going to roll the shoulders back. You don't have to pull them down. Keep a little lightness and lift in the torso and just roll your arms into an external rotation or open palmed position. Give yourself another breath to just center your attention here in your body right now. When you breathe in, lift the arms to about shoulder height. And then take your right elbow and cross it over your left. Now you have a couple of options here. So one option for a little bit tighter shoulders is to hold your shoulders with your hands. And then another choice is eagle arms or Garudasana. You can bring the hands upright and clasp or touch the hands together. You could also hold something like a yoga belt in between the hands there. And what we're going to do with this position is keep the elbows high. If you have the bind in Garudasana, push the hands a little away from the face. Now, without turning the torso, push the arms slightly to the left. Hi there. Turn the gaze and look over the right shoulder again. So now we're moving into the outer shoulder on the right arm. As you breathe, let that expansion swell the chest and the shoulder girdles, widening them apart. And then you'll find your way back to center and unclasp either the shoulders or the hands. Open the palms to face forward. Again, an inhale to lift the chest. That buoyancy from inside the torso helps to hold the neck and shoulders up from inside instead of from the top. On in-breath, the hands come up about shoulder height, and this time the left elbow is crossing over the right. Again, you can hold your shoulders. I'm going to show that one this time, or you can grab on in eagle arms. Lift the elbows to about the height of the shoulders. If you do have the eagle clasp with the hands upright, push them a little away from your face. You're looking for about a right angle in the elbows for that shape. We're going to push the arms over towards the right and then turn the head and look toward the left. See if you can't feel a sensation of stretching in the outer deltoid on the left side. That's your outer shoulder. Release the head, release the arms. We're going to come back to what we started, an inhale to roll the shoulders up, and even though the shoulders go up, the whole chest is lifting, and an exhale to drop them down. Let's do that again. Inhale, roll them up. Just wait for the exhale and let the shoulders release down. We have one more to go. We're going to do one more crossed arm position. It's a little different than the last one. So take your hands forward right in front of you, but spin your palms so that the thumbs go down and the palms face away from each other. Slip your right hand over the left at the wrist and then interlace your fingers. Bend your elbows, tuck your hands between the whole of the arm and chest area and push them up past your chin and out forward. Now, if you can see this from the side, you'll see they're not really going very far for my body. Some people can go very easily out towards straight. I am not that person. So we're going to do this 3 times. You keep the clasp of hands the same. You bring the arms forward and then you go in again. So the reason I mention that is what we're really looking to feel here is the sensation, that rotational stretch that's happening in the right forearm. We're not trying to force the arms to straight. If they go there, that's great, but that's not necessarily the goal. Okay, we're going to do this one more time. So you're going to pull the hands in, push them up past your chin, and in the direction of straight. They don't have to go all the way there. This time, as you come out, you're going to open the arms to the sides and then bend the elbows right down by your chest. We're going to sweep them back and forth like you're holding 2 serving platters. And this action, this external rotation, as we push the thumbs back and move the trays apart, is going to help trigger some of the muscles in the upper back and the back of the shoulders. So let's do that one more time. And again, as the hands go out, squeeze the upper back, but not your neck. See if you can differentiate that. And then bring the hands back to front and drop them down. Take a breath. And then we'll do the same action with the arms with the second wrist on top. So the thumbs drop down, the left wrist goes on top of the right, and then we pull. I think we did that one already. See, I do that all the time, just like everybody. Let's switch. Left wrist is on top, and then we bend and pull through and push the hands forward. See, this is a common question. It's funny, I get this a lot as a teacher of yoga teachers. I always mess up which side to do and do the same side twice. It's all good. We're doing this side 3 times. We all mess up, we all make mistakes. Don't let those become chips that land on the shoulders. Just let it go. Keep on doing the best you can do. Just hold for a moment there, this third pass, letting that forearm stretch happen. It might happen in your wrists and hands too. And then we'll free the arms, just like we did before. We're gonna bend the elbows, and we're gonna turn the upper arms away from one another, squeezing upper back. Not so much the upper trapezius, but more between the shoulder blades. And then bringing the hands back to the front. Let's do that 2 more times, rolling open as the upper back, the rhomboids and lower trapezius work. Try not to let your ribs flare forward. And then back to parallel with the forearms. And then we're gonna go out again. And just pause and hold and get a sensation for how it feels to work in the upper back there. Do your best to keep some engagement in that upper back area and begin to straighten the arms like you're pushing the 2 imaginary trays out. How far can you stretch without unplugging the shoulders? We want to keep that connected feeling in the upper back even as we extend and reach through the arms. They may or may not get all the way straight, and that's okay. Hopefully you feel some sensation of stretching across the chest or the forearms. It might even feel like a little bit of a burning. And that goes back to that fascia, the connective tissue that wraps around the head like a hood and is a glove that encloses the whole body. On the exhale, just drop the hands. It's always nice to pause in between different shapes that we're making and to just take a breath and feel the effects of what we're doing. So our last exercise in this neck and shoulder sequence is going to involve holding the back of the head. So the last exercise and this one are both geared towards strengthening the back of the neck. This is an area that's usually pretty weak and overstretched for most people. So keep the elbows flared out and push your head into the headrest of your hands. So I'm going to turn sideways so you get a little bit of a side view of that, because what we want to see is not that the head is forward towards the floor. We do that all day when we stare at computers and phones. What we're going to try to do is lift the gaze at least to the horizon line, and then we're going to start to lift even more. And I always use this image like I'm taking a drink of something. So there's a small lift in the chin, and once you have that little lift, you push back and tilt the chest and head so that the gaze rises. Try to hold. I'm going to turn back to face you. You should feel the muscles in the back of your neck working. You might feel your shoulder or chest area as well. The gaze is slightly up, but not just because you're bending at the neck. The whole upper back is starting to extend. The thoracic spine is engaging and lifting up. Keep a little bit of this pressure back so that the upper back and the back of the neck are supporting the cervical curve, the curve of the neck. And all we're going to do is just tip the pose to the right. Take the right elbow slightly down and push the left elbow up toward the ceiling. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Any amount. Maybe you start to feel a sensation of stretching across the left side of your body at the ribs or the shoulder. You might even begin to feel a little bit of tingling in your hands. It's all good. Don't worry about that. Nerve endings are in the connective tissue. Sometimes when we pull on those nerve endings, we get a little burning sensation, and we'll be able to get out of that in a moment. You obviously may have noticed I switched to bending the other way. If you haven't done so, take that little side bend to the left. Just make sure your head doesn't fall forward. Come back to center, return the head to neutral, and drop your hands. Thanks so much for practicing today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, and that this helps your neck and shoulders to feel better.